Okay, who remember the event, this event? Today, I know that Xavier was there, and there is one additional guy here, so it's really cool. It was my first Ruby on Rails conference. It was around 12 years ago, and the conference was great. They have Xavier at that time, and Aaron Patterson, and the food there and the venue was really awesome. But regarding to the presentation, I barely remember most of it, except one impactful talk about growth, constant learning, experimenting, and the importance of changing environments, as for example changing a job, to challenge yourself to face new tools, to work with the new team. And the advice resonated with me really deeply, and my boss wasn't really happy that he paid for my ticket, but I changed my job. And now, 12 years later, I'm standing here talking about similar topic, hoping that my story can positively impact at least one of you. Don't worry, I will be not trying to convince you to change your jobs, but I will try to convince you to other path, which is also really important and can also benefit your work, career, and life. So I will be talking about a community and how to grow together as a community, about why it's important to participate, why it's important to present, why it's important to organize it, and some stuff about growing and learning about that. I'm Mariusz Kozieł. I'm CEO of Visuality. Visuality is a software agency specializing, of course, in Ruby on Rails. I am a former CTO of that company, so Ruby guy, and so I'm not a random person who's standing here. And I'm also responsible for the Warsaw Ruby Community Conference. Who know about? Cool. Who was there? At least one. Yeah. So I'm also a part of Polish Ruby user group. We unite the communities in Poland. And I would like to welcome you, everybody, in this reactivated Barcelona.rb meetup. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm super excited. The weather is not that cool as I expected when I came here. It's my first time which I am here.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. Yesterday we have a workshops. The weather a bit broke that because not many participants was, but the workshop was really cool. Pavel did it. I'm helping people to reactivate meetups, and I'm acting in a community to make this impact and bring people together again with the Ruby world. Because after the pandemic, it's changed a lot, and yeah, I will tell about our story. But first, I would like to thank you, the previous Barcelona.rb organizers and previous Barcelona on Rails organizers. They started since 2014. I saw that there was really cool photo with Secure. It will be in a moment. They held 88 meetups. If anyone who was the organizer of that event? No.
So right now it's guys from Xing.
Yes.
But they're not here.
But for sure, who attended to those meetups? Did you get something from there? Yeah, so I think I would like to thank them for having such many meetups and giving a lot of knowledge to the community. But come back to, it's a secure one, so I'm checking where was the first meetup, and it was 2014, and I found this photo. But I would like to come back to Warsaw because my journey began there. I would also like to tribute the previous organizer of Ruby Warsaw group, and they started since 2008. They held 160 meetups, and I benefit from them at the beginning of my journey, and it was awesome. But the pandemic hit hard, and the meetup stopped until we came. We managed to with new community named Miłośnicy Ruby, which translation is Ruby lovers, basically. And we created a channel. My friend Oscar tried to unite the Ruby enthusiasts in Poland, and he made a Discord for us, and then he convinced me to make meetups in Warsaw. It was 2 years ago. I thought about it multiple times before, but this time we achieved that, and we did it. I will quickly scroll down how many meetups we had. So on the first one, there was 50 people. So there was a lot of people like here at the beginning, and we have a barbecue in our office, and it was really cool and surprising how many people want to attend those meetups, want to attend this community after the pandemic and the time without people and working remotely at home. So we make even DDD edition. We bring people. It's a cool story here because Jaroslav made a presentation on our second meetup, and Andrzej Krzywda invited him to speak at the conference after that, the Wrocław.rb conference. So you never know who you will meet at that meetups and which contact you will get from it. It was again 50 people, and it was really cool. And we keep forward, keep going to in the first year until the anniversary come, and we decided to do something bigger. And we established our first Ruby Warsaw community conference. We gathered speakers who proved their skills in the middle of the year, and we also get Nick and Sergey, who was the organizer of Europe, get a venue. We create a logo, we create a website. Nick make workshops for us. We promote it. We gather sponsor to make it completely free. It was again surprising. There was more than 100 people on our first conference. There was really positive feedback after it. And more than 90 people, around 90 people, 90% of people in the survey marked that they would like to have that kind of event every 3 to 6 months. So it was awesome. We learned a lot, and I heard after the presentation when somebody came to the presenter and said that I would like to rewrite my whole project. Thanks to the presentation, I know how many issues I made in the architecture. Imagine how important it's for the speaker. We have workshops, as I mentioned, and it was the biggest party in Visuality Garden, around 70 people. And after that, there is also the party was that good that in the morning, my friends and Nick together to the one train, and we go to Berlin, and later to the Nuremberg for the punk rock concert, because Nick is playing in a band. It was my first concert. I'm not a punk guy, but it was awesome. It's really a lot of memorable things after that trip. We spent there 4 days, and it was cool. So after that, we know already that we'll do another conference. But let's summarize at first what we have learned in the first year. So it was 1 year, 3-4 hours every month, making and talking with friends, drinking beers and eating pizza or barbecue. It's low effort, in my opinion. And there was even 3 topics about databases, and some of them really deep. 4 topics about domain-driven design, so we dive into really deeply. So it's a lot of things which we already get from it. Of course, you can say that some of the topics are only the touch of the idea, but after some time, you can realize that you know that you can use something, or that you have heard something about a tool or architecture approach. So next year, and another conference. It was this year. This time we gathered 150 people, 13 sponsors, 10 partners. We have specific formula: 4 speakers, 3 workshops, and after party. And we have Xavier Noria. You are better. You are better because you have Xavier as an attendee on the first one. So, but we also have Stephen Baker and Marcin Mansfield on our lineup. And why we have that? Because we are actively attending conferences, meetups. We talking with people, and we gathering people who believe in the same mission to do it, and consequently keep going. And let's now talk about the story which we have here. So new community came, maybe not new, but reactivation. And let's talk about why it's important to attend the meetups. So we're still working remotely, all of us working remotely, so it's important to be here to talk with other enthusiasts. You can expose yourself on new ideas, tools, and best practices, and this exposure may inspire you to write your own jam or have an idea for your next business. You can find a mentor or support somebody. You will never know how it will benefit later in your career. So building relations with like-minded professionals is the most important part for me. For example, in Warsaw on the conference, one of our sponsors found a job, a candidate for the job in Warsaw. Even they work together in Berlin, so you never know where you can find them. And I made a lot of friends on my journey. So after Friendly.rb conference, I have friends in Paris, London, Zurich, and Bucharest. And I can call them if I will be there, and they are calling me when they are in Warsaw. I have also a friend from local meetup. We participate in other meetups for startups and for founders, and we learn there. After the Euroco, I have friends in Lithuania, and I also benefit there a lot. For example, I pitch in Warsaw as a next organizer. I brought my own presentation, I pitched there, and I learned a lot there, also thanks to the support of my friends from the community. For example, Adam from AVO motivates me before my pitching talk, and I was more relaxed thanks to that. There was also cool discussion after that, and my friends convinced me to not focus on the Poland with my work around the community, but focus around to Europe or to world, and maybe it's the reason why I'm here. So why I'm started to doing it more wider. I really love the sentence. The fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who are already the way you want to be. Speakers in our community are really affordable. So see on Xavier, you can talk with him, and you can be close and talk about your ideas. There is no stars who present and escape after the presentation. So you can be here and get from them. on the meetups, you have to be always open, and you have to prepare some open questions. So don't stand on the corner and be afraid. Come and ask, what are you doing, where are you work, can I join, and so on. It's important. Yeah, and Pavel suggested me to put something in the middle to get your attention. So I thought that maybe I will put his photo from the wedding, but then let's try to do something with AI. And I had to take this photo that our Ruby community, you know, we are so funny like on the high with red noses and red eyes, and even doesn't matter that the computer and the code is on the opposite side of the screen.
It's just a big sticker.
A big sticker, yeah, exactly. I would like to have that. And another story about networking is why we are here, because we're talking on the conference with Evgeny, and he said that there is nothing in Barcelona, and he would like to do something, but he don't know how. He don't know how to gather those people. So I said, I know, I can help you. And we started to do it, and I'm really happy that we are here. And if you have any idea related to the community or other stuff, you can contact me. I will be happy to help if I can. So another point, why it's important to presenting. So you contribute back to the community by sharing your expertise. You establish yourself as an expert in yourself in general. So from my experience, I can say that when I see that somebody writing in articles or presenting in the conferences or meetups in somebody's resume, it's already a big plus when I'm hiring. You giving the presentation, after that there is a discussion, and people giving you a feedback, and you learning from it. On top of that, you improving your communication skills and your language skills. It's really difficult to explain something complex in really simple words to people who are not familiar with the topic. So it's really important also when you are talking with the client or other team member or your marketing team or other department in the company, and you can learn it here also. Remember that teaching is also learning. I'm thinking maybe I should remove that sentence. It's too ambitious, but let's keep it. So you can learn from anybody, and don't think that your topic is trivial and for sure everybody around knows the topic and you don't have anything interesting to talk. It's not like that. So you can bring a topic, and there will be probably some discussion after that. You can learn thanks to community, and they can learn from you. So if you have any unique topic, so some brilliant idea, you can go to the university and make a diploma. And don't be afraid of presenting. It can be challenging, especially for the introverts, and I'm one of them. Maybe it's the reason why I'm still moving around, and because I'm still afraid and I'm nervous. But remember that you will be not disqualified by giving the presentation, or when you will be stressed after it and you will be not happy. You was brave, you prepared the topic, you learned something interesting which you decide to bring to the community and share. So you should be proud. Remember that after that there is a satisfaction. There is people coming and asking, and sometimes people are coming to you after a long time to talk about the topic, because you are kind of expert in that area. You can prepare yourself. You can talk before in front of the mirror, or you can share it to your partner to be more relaxed with the presentation. But remember that you can't be prepared for everything. Sometimes you have to improvise. If you are too focused to preparation and be great at the end, it might end up bad, because you will be stressed. I have a story here. as I mentioned, I'm attending the startup meetups, and there was a workshop, the pitching workshop, and it was the improvisation workshop at the end. And it was a really fun and crazy experience, but we make a presentation for random slides about some topic, and it gave me a lot of confidence at the end, and I'm the most relaxed after that, so it's worth to attending other meetups also. So why it's important to organize? You develop your leadership style, your professional skills, you're building visibility and trust. You get new talents, so don't be afraid of that companies make a big effort to sponsor, to contribute to the community, to also get talents to be shown. And remember to not go alone. Find people and organizations who believe in your mission. They will help you by co-organizing, sponsoring, or other ways of supporting, for example, bringing presenters or sharing that there is a meetup with their people or their network. Be ready and proactive. Sometimes it's cool to prepare a workshop, to have a panel discussion. It's good to have that idea because sometimes your speaker will cancel at the last day. So you don't have to do it by yourself, but you can find people to do that. I know that those guys have really excited of that, and it will be really cool. And you can cross the technology. You can bring people from other technology. And you can bring somebody who will talk about soft skills because it's also important. So we're going to the end. So believe in your efforts. So whatever you are an attendee, you are a presenter, you are an organizer, remember that your efforts are not useless. I will tell you a story. Former CTO of Visuality organized a small course at a university about Ruby. It was around 8 years ago. He wanted to attract students to get new candidates to Visuality. And imagine how we think only 6 people on the lecture hall. All those students were the IT guys, technical university, and they have the classes, program classes, but not in Ruby. But maybe few of them, but they was really ambitious people who want to develop and spend their free time to come and learn something. And at least 3 of them are still Ruby programmer, and one of them is Jaroslav, who will be a speaker of our upcoming conference, and he is a owner of Super Rails channel. Do you know that? Who knows it? Because maybe I'm talking to somebody you don't know it. So he was also a speaker on the last Rails World Conference, which is the biggest conference in the world about Rails. And what an incredible career, thanks to Shakir's effort to bring this Ruby to those several young people. So keep going. If you are a mentor, if you are a senior or mid-level, you can mentor somebody, can teach junior, and maybe after some time you have a great coworker, or maybe co-founder of your next organization, of your next business, or maybe just a friend. Sometimes the results are not short-term, sometimes are long-term. Looks at Shakir example, for example. So believe in your efforts, the value which you are giving to the community. And those principles are not only to the meetup, it's not only valid for the meetups, but also for the whole community, Ruby community, conferences, but also other communities, like I said, the startup community. There are also community around open source, for example. And you have a community in your work. Your team is a small community, and you can encourage them to share knowledge, to mentorship each other, and so on. So, call to action. So join us. Participate actively in meetups and events, other events, conferences. Present at the meetups, write blog posts, or create tutorials. Help organizing meetups or larger events. If you have any idea what we can do more with the community, around the community, let me know. I'll be happy to help. And bring friends to the community and inform about events. Any help is important. So thank you for joining us today. Let's grow together and support each other and build Trivia Ruby community in Barcelona. Hopefully, I will come to you next year for the conference. People would like to have a conference in Barcelona. Me too. I can help. And